Hey everybody, we are here on Thursday, September 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We are going to be chatting with more students of Intuition Abundance Academy. And last time we did this on Tuesday, we got a little emotional, and that's okay. That's what happens sometimes. So just in case, let's all get our tissues out in case it happens again. But I love it because that means we're connecting and we're authentic and we're real. So if you're here, I would love to know. Let us know if you're here live. And I'm sure that our students would love to know that you're here and you're supporting them. Now, Chandra is going to be giving me some questions if you have any last questions, and if you have questions for our students that are here today as well, so that she can get them over to me and then I can ask our students live as well. So a couple announcements before we get started. Today is the last day to enroll in Intuition Abundance Academy, and the next time we open enrollment will be in 2021, and it will be at a higher price. So if you want to get in, I would recommend it because we came out with the most amazing bonus package ever today. So many bonuses that I actually forgot to list all of them in our email. So you're going to be getting a live intuitive play day where we get together live on Zoom, and I'll partner you up with a small group or another partner after I teach you for 6 weeks how to connect to your guides and intuition, so that you can take all that I've taught you and you can actually implement it right there live, and you'll have me coaching you. You'll also get the Crystals and Intuition bonus course, which I'll go into more detail later after our interviews today if you have any other questions. But it's videos, PDFs, and there will be a meditation that's coming soon. You also get a bonus little mini course that's tangible signs from spirit, so you can understand how to recognize your signs. Maybe you're seeing number patterns, or you're seeing dragonflies or something like that. You'll also get to hear some really cool EVPs that I've been able to pick up with my guides around me, and I didn't even know that they were talking to me at the time. So it's really interesting as well. And then you get 4 bonus lessons: Seeing Auras 101, How to Give a Reading 101, Working with Your Guides and Oracle Cards, and then working with your guides through automatic writing and inspirational writing. So we've got so many fun things. Not only do we have that, but we have more mentors this time. And we also have a 90-day challenge. So I help you stay motivated to finish the program. You get points, and the top 3 who have the most points get prizes. So this is so great. If you're somebody out there who's like, I'm tired of putting everybody else first, but I just don't know how I have the time. It is time to invest in yourself, because the more you're connected to your intuition, your guides, you save time because you don't waste it on things that are not intuitively aligned. You connect with your guides every day, and this is also the place to be, to connect to your life purpose, to start moving forward in your purpose. Maybe you're somebody out there who is an entrepreneur and you're like, I want more abundance. Well, this course will help you remove your blocks so you attract more abundance. Through hot seats, like laser one-on-one coaching sessions. We also have that life purpose training, and then we have 6 weeks of understanding your intuition and guides. So all in all, it's a 12-week program. And I make sure to answer your questions, so you get personal support from me. I do not do one-on-one appointments. So this is the only way to work with me if you want me to look at what's going on with you. And it's such a great investment. And as you saw on Tuesday, everybody I brought on there gets their investment back, not only monetarily, but also through the life changes that they've had. So we're going to talk to some of our wonderful students today about some things that they loved about the program. So, hey, Sue, she got 11/11 today. Awesome. Hey, Brenda, good to see you as well, and everybody else that's watching. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on Barbara, and Barbara is an alumni of Intuition Abundance Academy, and I'm going to go ahead and let's chat with Barbara. Hey, Barbara, how are you?
How are you?
Hey, thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. So what do you want to know?
I know. Well, Barbara, one of the things that always stood out for me was that you were always really consistent with showing up to the calls. and that you had such a vibrant energy. I think you're like the cheerleader of Intuition Abundance Academy. Like you're always there cheering us on. And then any kind of homework that I would give you, you'd always go out and do it. And I loved it. And one of the exercises in our Aligning to Abundance calls, I even talk about the chakras and some colors. And I was telling Barbara, I was like, wear the yellow. And so Barbara like went out there and got a yellow shirt and wore it and celebrated it.
Right.
I love it. So Barbara, would you mind telling us a little bit about why you enrolled in the Academy and some of your favorite parts of it?
I didn't think I was going to do this. I enrolled in the Academy. I was in a really dark place. I was struggling financially, emotionally. Everything in my life was horrible. I was so lost. It wasn't funny. I was praying. And I have always spoken to my guides in the past, but I've never really learned how to do it the way you've taught. And as I'm scrolling through Facebook, your free Intuition Academy came up, the 3-day, I think it was. Maybe it was the challenge. And I went, it's free. It can't hurt. And at the end of it, it was time to sign up or not. And I didn't have a job. I did not know how to pay for this. And you said, take that leap of faith. It'll work out. And it did. The moment I signed up, I got a job the next day. Came out of the blue. We're not saying I wasn't looking for things. It happened. So that really, I was so sad, and I couldn't find my light. I didn't know what my purpose was. And going through this academy with you and all of my teammates and my spirit sisters really has made a huge difference in my life, because for you to say I'm the cheerleader, I wanted to commit to, it was like everything I've tried in the past just kept failing. Nothing seemed to work for me. So that's just telling me it wasn't in my alignment, and I knew that my purpose was not happening. That leap of faith has made me so much happier, lighter. I'm finding my light. I'm finding my voice every day. Every single day, there's some kind of way I'm finding my life, to the point where between all of your encouragement and your readings and everything and guiding me, I'm actually writing my story. And it's called In the Silence.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
In the Silence. So I'm in the middle of writing that. And if you guys, if you ever want to hear a little bit about it that I'm working on, I'll be glad to share it with you. There's just, I don't know what else to say. I don't know if you guys know, but Sunday I got hurt really bad.
Oh.
And I did not know that. Yeah, I think Chandra saw the lovely picture of my foot. I was out having fun on the boat with my friends. I haven't done that in a long time. Got up on the boat, and there she went. And nothing's broken, but I got hurt bad, so I've not been able to work all week. Funny thing is I'm not worried about that now. I see this as an opportunity. I don't know what the opportunity is yet, but I feel if this happened to me months ago in May when I joined you, I would have lost it. I would have lost it. I would not have been balanced like I am today. And today I have much faith and knowing. I have the knowing it's going to be okay. Something's going to pop up.
I love that. Isn't it interesting? Like the theme that we see sometimes is like, you're fine. And you're like, how am I going to be fine? Like sometimes, and our spirit guides are like, we've got you. And yes. I love that you have that knowing, Barbara, and that you've seen that. And I think for everyone, when they finally actually take that leap of faith, whatever it is in their life, especially with Intuition Abundance Academy like you did, it's like you see, oh, there's that safety net that they knew about that I didn't know. And like they know what's happening. And so I'm so happy that you have that confidence and trust now, knowing that it's going to be okay with your work situation. And I think that that's a beautiful, beautiful like light to have. And I also know, Barbara, that we've been kind of working together on you and your mediumship. Yes. And connecting to spirit. And so I've seen you connect even more fully to your spirit guides. And I think it's such a beautiful process.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
It's been amazing. And so I'm going to share with everybody, hopefully this is okay. But Barbara has a really unique skill set that she started to learn in Intuition Abundance Academy. And so when she was connecting in with her purpose, one of the ways that our purpose can show is like through our job or actually how we do our purpose. And so she has this really cool skill set where when she started connecting with people, like through their spirit guides, and we do this inside Intuition Abundance Academy with that Giving a Reading 101 exercise, that you started to get what people should eat from spirit, right? So
yeah, eat, drink, something. Yes, yes.
So, you know, with mediumship, sometimes there's medical mediums or mediums that might specialize in food or energy or things like that. And so that was a really cool, I think, surprise that came out with you, which is interesting.
It was a pretty cool surprise. And before you helped me discover this part of me, I can look at you or being in a group of people, and all of a sudden this menu starts running through my head. Literally, I'm coming up with menus. I'm picking food out that I would cook for you or recommend to you, but mostly cook for you, maybe, you know, because I love to cook for people. And the next thing you know, it all fit everybody that's in the room. Yeah. You know, each dish was in some way connected for you. I see a tofu hot dog for you that it's over the top, but I've already created for you. So, but that's me trying to learn how to run with that.
Yeah. And so I think that is such like an amazing gift that you have. And so for everybody out there that's like, well, I don't know what my purpose is, like Barbara has found a part of a life path that connects with her purpose that is so unique. So if you're thinking, well, I'm just going to get general things, like, no, Barbara has a really unique skill set.
I never said I was normal.
You know, and that's what I love, because our community is so accepting and we're all so different. And we all have these different skill sets and we didn't even know we had sometimes. Yes. And we've all come together with that support. And so this is a place that's very welcoming and open-minded. And I think that I've seen that so much from you, Barbara. Like, I love seeing your wins. Like, you really have brought such a positivity to the group. And that's what I love about the group. Everyone's so positive as well.
Always so positive and supportive. And we can cry or laugh or do crazy stuff. And we kind of will join in and do the crazy stuff back too, because we finally let ourselves be us.
Yes. And that's what this is about. It's like being your authentic self. And I remember we were talking to Lisa back on Monday, and she was afraid to just tell everybody she was doing readings. And it's like, this is your time. This is all of our time. Like, this is it. It is time to bring your light to the world. Everyone that's watching me right now is a light worker, whether you know it or not. It's like, it's time to bring that to the forefront and to really shine. Like, no more hiding.
I've been coming out. Believe me, everybody's finding out. I'm telling them.
I love it. And it gives you the confidence to do that, right?
Yes, very much. Yes. And I thought the hardest part was going to be coming out to my husband, because he's going, why do you keep going in the other bedroom and getting on these Zoom calls? What are you doing? So I sat down and I said, well, he goes, what'd you do now? So I explained to him. He goes, well, why haven't you said? He says, I've always known you've had something. And I go, well, he goes, why haven't you shared this with me? I said, well, I was afraid you were going to judge me. See, there's the fear. And you taught us to step out of that fear. And he just looked at me, he goes, does it make you happy? Does it make you happy being you? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, go for it.
Yeah.
So a lot of the, as you have taught us over and over again, and you guys have got to understand, when Wendy says not to have the fear, wow, it really makes a difference when you finally get rid of that or step through that fear.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we hold the fear in our mind, right? And we add to it.
Yep.
Like we add to it, we make our own story. And so, inside of the academy, like the whole point is like you tap into your spiritual gifts and then align to your life purpose and shine it out to the world. Like it is your time to do that. Right. And the more that we do that, the more we teach others in a way, not like we're telling them what to do, but they're starting to see how happy we are. And it gives them permission to be themselves as well, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
So Barbara, I wanted to ask you, because before you enrolled, you said you're like, I didn't have a job. I didn't know how I was going to pay for this. And I've been in that scenario before. Like, I don't know how this is going to work out. But what I think it's going to help people, if you would maybe share with them, how did you feel? And like, what advice could you give them if they are also in your shoes, how you were?
First of all, do something that I haven't done in so long it isn't funny, and believe in myself. Trust. That's what it was. I didn't believe in myself. So when you finally put yourself out there, to just trust and do something, like you said, invest in yourself. And once you finally invest in yourself, whether it's a penny or whatever it is, time to take care of you makes the biggest difference in your life. And in order to do that, I just had to do it. And I can't tell you the difference it's done for me just by doing that. I was scared, but I'm sitting there going, how much worse can it get? And how much more scared can I be if I don't try one more time?
Oh, I love it.
And so take that leap. It's okay, because you're not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone, because you feel that right now. I can promise you feel that right now, that you are all alone, and whatever your situation is, you're not alone to reach out, whether it's one person or the group. Somebody is going to hold on to you. Okay? And they're going to give you your wings, and you're going to fly.
I love that.
That's so fly.
And you're flying, Barbara. I love it.
I'm flapping.
Yeah, you are.
I'm flapping.
I want to ask you one more question, if that's okay.
So here's the hot seat.
I know. You're used to it, right?
Yeah.
So knowing that you didn't have a job and you were going to enroll in the academy anyway, what made you enroll? I know you said you're like, how much worse could it be? Like, I need to do it one more time. But like, how did you kind of make that decision of I'm going to do it? Was it just, I'm going to invest in myself, damn it, I'm going to do it? Or was it like a push? Or like, do you remember how you felt that moment and what made you decide to do it? Was it just like, I'm going to trust, I'm going to put myself first?
Yes. I'm going to trust and put myself first. And I'm telling you, the assurances, maybe it was your voice, there was just something. And then there was just like literally nobody forced me to do anything. You guys were not forceful when it came to any of this. But physically, I felt a push on my back. It was like, damn it, do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, and I just didn't think I did. I just went click, and it was such a relief. I wasn't scared anymore. I don't want to say wasn't scared, but there was just a relief that once I decided to do something for myself,
yeah,
that moment of relief was, I'm excited. I'm going to put myself all in to do this.
yes.
Why not? I'm worth it. Even though I didn't believe it at the time.
I love it though. Like, that's what I was talking about yesterday when I made a commitment and I was a little nervous about it. And I had just had a friend that she made a commitment in her life. It was like, what I'm resisting, I'm going to step up into and say, I'm doing it for myself because I'm worth it. Like you just said, even if you don't believe it at the time. And it's like, once you finally commit to it and say yes, it's like, ah, I feel so good. Like, I'm so proud of myself.
Exactly. I'm always open to learning. So I'm sitting there going, well, how's it working out for you so far, Barb?
Yeah, right? Like, why am I going to keep making the same decisions and the same
keep hitting your head against the same wall? Exactly. So it's like, okay, do it. You know, and it's definitely worth it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Barbara, for sharing your story. And I love all the feels. You're getting all the goodness and the authenticness out today. And I love it. And I appreciate you as part of our community. And thank you for being you and showing up and saying yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys all.
Bye. Oh, Barbara is so inspiring. I love it. Thank you so much. So that's what I was talking about yesterday. It's like, we have to really trust ourselves and we have to do something different. Like, are you happy with what you're doing? Are you happy with the way things are going for you? And if not, like, you've got to make a change. And so I hope to see you inside. Go to messengerspirit.com/start. Team members are chatting with you right now on the enrollment page, and I will be in there personally from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time answering questions. But if you have any questions right now, put them there in the comments for us so that we can ask our students, or if you've got questions for me. I want to make sure that every single thing that you thought about has been answered. Get it off the table, get it off the back burner so that you can put it in front of you. And I think this is really important. All right, Renee. So I'm going to bring Renee on. And hey, Renee, how are you? Oh, let me unmute you. There you go. I had to mute it.
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for showing up today. So, Renee, I would love to talk to you about some special things that you shared with us before. And I was like dying to tell everybody about it, but I was like, I just really want to wait until I have Renee right here to talk to her. One of the things that was so beautiful is that you shared your story of having sight problems with your eyes and going through Intuition Abundance Academy. I mean, I'm not going to reveal it all. Would you mind sharing with us that story? It's just so beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. So just to give the backstory with the vision issues, I'm type 1 diabetic, very well controlled, been this way for 25 years now. However, I went undiagnosed for 4 years. We didn't know I had that problem for 4 years before we found out. So that 4 years unfortunately caused a lot of damage, which again, unfortunately, didn't really present itself until 2015, so 5 years ago. So I went through, I had severe hemorrhaging in both of my eyes. Good news, things are stable. I am healthy. I have 20/20 vision right now with contacts or glasses, of course, but don't have the problems that I had from all those issues. However, the treatments that I had to receive to save my vision, to not lose it completely, I had to trade off my peripheral / nighttime vision. So I can't drive at night anymore. Dark is extremely difficult to function in. Anything that is dark to you is absolutely pitch black to me. I need help in dark restaurants, all kind of stuff like that. I always knew there was a reason I had to go through that, just like I knew there was a reason I had diabetes and other people I know didn't. I never knew what those reasons were, but that wasn't my job to know. I just kind of accepted them and didn't dwell on them, didn't let them ruin or control my life. I just chose to roll with them. So during this course that I took, which I absolutely couldn't speak more highly of, I learned the spirit circle activity and was extremely excited as soon as I learned that to go do that same exact night. So part of the directions, you needed to be in a very, very dark room. Well, luckily that's easy for me. I can just turn off the light. It's pitch black. So I proceeded with my spirit circle, and the first reaction and the first things that I saw as soon as I started this, activity was amazing white light that can only be seen in a really dark room or in a dark environment. And I realized at that moment, it was just an unbelievable knowing that came over me. This was the reason why I had to trade that vision. I had to lose the nighttime vision, which affects me on a daily basis, but for the betterment of situations like this, that I get to see spirit right in front of me as I'm working and communicating with it. I was just overcome with emotion. I knew that's what it was. It felt good. It felt right. And I loved it. And I just figured, I had to wait 5 years for an answer, but it's okay. Good things sometimes take a little bit of time. So I was cool with that.
I love that. I loved it. Like, it was just such an amazing story where it's like you're having trouble seeing, and all of a sudden it's like, but I can still see. Like, I can still see spirit. It's just really, really cool.
I do not hold back at all. I am very honest with anyone. I'm like, listen, we're going here. I can't say anything. Can I hold your hand? Like, I need help. But I also realized, like, oh, I can see things that other people couldn't. You know what at that moment? Yeah. So it was an easy trade to make, really.
I love that. That's really, really cool. I also loved your story. So I was listening to your story. You're talking about how an opportunity kept coming up for you, and you were just like, nah. And then after one of the trainings with me, I was like, those opportunities just come, and like, you need to say yes and take instant action. And then the last time I heard, you'd like doubled your investment. But like, can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, during the course of going through the Intuition Abundance Academy, I had a business opportunity presented to me. And again, I did the typical things we all do. It's easy. And I come from sales, so I'll say salesy things. It's easier to tell someone on a no than a yes, right? I can easily convince myself why I can't do something. Harder to convince anyone or yourself why you can. So I did the typical, no, it doesn't make sense for me. I don't want to spend the money on it. We're COVID, we're stuck at home. Who's going to see it? I'm not, kind of just did the whole, convinced myself it wasn't a thing. Couple weeks go by, couple more live classes, few more things clicked in my mind. And it was exactly that. You talked about, spirit. We talk to spirit. We put what it is out there. We manifest and we meditate, and we put our dreams out there. And I had been doing that. And spirit will answer us. And they did. And I brushed it away. And then I realized I did exactly what Winnie just told us on this call. Like, I totally just made every excuse of why I couldn't do it. And then without me even approaching the same person, it came back around and said, it was presented to me again. It's a chance to get in. And without hesitating, again, I had no clue how it was going to work. But that's not my job. I've also learned I don't need to know the how. I just need to take that inspired action. So I did. I took the action. I made the investment. I not only fell in love with the company that I'm working with and their products, but have already returned my initial investment and made more. And that's just continuing to grow. So, it was a lesson I needed to hear at that right time of, we got to be open to accepting what guides put in front of us or what spirit puts in front of us. And sometimes we're not, but if we keep, communicating, it'll come back around, or something better will come back around. In my case, it was the same opportunity. So I'm very grateful, but I needed to hear it then.
I love it. And I think this specific situation also applies to people wondering if they need to enroll in Intuition Abundance Academy. It's like, what I teach you inside the program is Spirit presents opportunity. And for everyone watching that's been with me for our 5-day challenge, as soon as they present the opportunity, it's like, take inspired action instead of waiting, because we prevent like all of our opportunities by our thoughts. We just block it. We think about all this BS. And it's like, if we just go for it and we're like, yes, this is what I want to do. I know that I've got that trust then we reap the rewards. It's like spirit put it into your lap for a reason. So
Absolutely.
I love it. So Renee, would you say, I'm pretty sure I know you're going to say yes, but I'm going to just say it right. Would you say that you got more than what you invested in Intuition Abundance Academy?
Leaps and bounds more. That's not even a question. To be honest, I never hesitated when it came time to enroll and pay. I deal with finances for a living. Talking about money doesn't freak me out. I'm very open to it. I love financial abundance. So right there, I was like, well, seems to be a no-brainer. But beyond just that, it's helped in every aspect of my life. It helps me. The class helped me become a better communicator, not only with my guides. That was my primary reason for learning and figuring this out, but it taught me to be a better communicator in my personal life. Lessons I was able to learn about communicating with my guides and receiving messages. And, well, I keep getting the same message. Well, yeah, dummy, it's because you didn't pay attention. You haven't, fixed it yet. I learned that. And it literally, that was like a light bulb that went off where I said, oh my God, that's how I can fix this rift I've had with my brother-in-law for the last 10 months. Like, bananas. I mean, just in every aspect of my life, I've learned things from this course that I can implement, whether it's with spirit or just myself, my family, my husband, my stepdaughter, my business. Like, I can't speak highly enough about it. I could sit here and give examples all day long, but in every area of my life, this course has touched unequivocally, been amazing.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And so I've got to ask you 2 more questions.
Sure.
So one question would be like, what was your favorite part about the program?
One, I have to pick one. Can I do top 3?
Top 3. What's your favorite top 3?
Top 3. I just love to learn. So just the content that was there, that was so well explained in just the individual modules that I would do, was amazing. It answered so many questions for me. It connected so many dots. So just the not simple, excuse me, but just the content alone was hands down one of my favorites. The hot seats and the live interaction within our community that I then felt a part of, again, unbelievably worth its weight in gold. To find other people that think like me, go through the same things. I don't have any friends or family around me locally that are very into exploring their intuitive sides. So that's cool, but I really am. So to find this community and group that I could then relate to and talk to and go to, again, one of my absolute favorites. Oh gosh. And I have to round it out with number 3. I would say, again, the overall, things I was able to take away and the immediate results I could see when I implemented them. It wasn't like something that I had to study and practice and perfect for years and years and years. And I'm sure there's a lot of aspects that we do, but I was able to take lessons and teachings and implement them immediately and then start seeing change happen instant. So I think that, again, is just unbelievably worth it. No one wants to wait for anything. We love our instant gratification. So the fact that I could listen to a lesson and say, oh, let me go try that. And then I'm like, oh, now it's working. That's amazing. That was great. So,
I love that. Thank you.
yeah.
So the last question I've got for you is, what advice would you give to people who are watching you right now and they're like still on the fence? Like, what would you tell them?
I would tell them flat out, just do it. I mean, you're here for a reason. You're watching this for a reason. You just completed a challenge and you're still here for a reason. Just go for it. Don't, I know Barbara talked a little bit about, trust, and I totally believe, but I also have to follow up with honesty. Forgive me, I'm a New Englander if I come across a little rough right now, but let's be honest with ourselves. We invest in ourselves in all sorts of ways. I personally invest in myself. I get mani-pedis every 2 weeks regularly. It's not exactly cheap. So if I really needed to worry about the financial part, or I was on the fence about just joining, I knew, well, Renee, be honest with yourself. You can cut out some of your spending in a lot of other areas. Give it a shot. I'm also a big believer in just stepping out of your comfort zone. So if it scares you, good, you should run towards it. So I would just say do it. I mean, they want to chat personally, I could tell them stories, like I said, all day long, but I'm sure I don't think they need to hear my affirmations. I think the minute they sign up and do module 1, you're going to be on the hook.
I love it. Yes. Thank you so much, Renee. I really appreciate your honesty. Yes. Awesome. Thank you again. I appreciate you. All right. So that was Renee. It was so awesome. I love seeing her ahas and wins, and she participated so much. So she's an alumni of Intuition Abundance Academy, and she got so many results. And it's like, she's like, I'm doing this. And I love it because she got instant results, but this is a lifelong process that's going to be really, really helpful. So Beth says, yes, valid point. I cut out my tanning for this. Yes. It's like, this is not a quick fix like tanning because then it wears off. This is like a program you invest in once and then you have lifetime access to it. So you always get to rewatch the lessons and learn even more. So I think that this is a great investment, especially at $97 a month for 12 months. Or you can get your Past Life Journey bonus if you want to pay in full and save $167. And if you're just joining us, we announced like the most amazing bonus package ever. And so that is a live intuitive play day where we're going to be live on Zoom. And then you partner up I'll like assign you rooms, you partner up, and then you can express everything that I taught you and apply it and then receive validation with your intuition. You'll also get a Crystals and Intuition bonus course. I went live earlier to take you behind the scenes today on that, but if you hang around, I'll do it again for you. And then you'll also get a mini course that's Tangible Signs from Spirit. You'll also get 4 bonus lessons. So Seeing Auras 101, you'll get Working with Your Spirit Guides through Oracle cards, Working with Your Guides through Automatic Writing, and How to Give a Reading 101. So this is really exciting. Doors close tonight at midnight. And then I just don't want to see you have to wait until 2021 and the price is going up. And Renee, she's the one that actually said, like, you need to raise your price. And I'm like, I was going to do that, but it's really good to hear from my students that they thought that as well. And Renee's like, oh no, I don't know if that's good. Everybody's going to get mad at me. I'm like, but I think she's okay with it. All right. So I'm going to bring on Elizabeth here. I'm excited to talk to Elizabeth and see where she's at. So hold on just a minute, Elizabeth. I think our internet is running a little slow, but can you see me okay? And Chandra, if you can talk to me in the chat, make sure it's all working. Hey, Elizabeth, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, so thanks for joining us today. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, because I know that you've been interested in spiritual things for a while. So knowing that you were interested in spiritual things for a while before Intuition Abundance Academy, could you talk a little bit about how Intuition Abundance Academy was added to what you've already done?
Yes. Everything has been a wonderful part of my life, but while you're studying, you know that there's something more. And because the information, or what I consider you a wonderful opportunity for the Intuition Abundance Academy, that just opened the door for me. Everything else was kind of like building me up to what was to come for Abundance Academy. And it's been great because it's been a very good learning experience.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part about the Academy?
I love the videos where it's teaching you to talk to your spirit guides, because one of my biggest problems is calming the mind down, having what I've heard is the monkey mind, or you think so much that you're like on that, like you say, the hamster wheel or on spin cycle, and it doesn't stop. So you are right about that. It just thickens the blocks around your head and they can't get through. So we cause our own blocks. We don't realize it. And it is very hard to let go. And I've heard from many of students of yours say the same thing of having to let go. Like Chandra said, to sit down, be quiet, and just be. And it's really true. It's very, very true. We just don't realize. But that, to me, is one of the biggest challenges. And you've shown that's like the door is right there. Now, how are you going to open it between all of this? So that's what the Abundance Academy teaches, our intuition and how to use it, and not just kind of working on autopilot, because that's what I've always done. I've had my time working in the animal healthcare field, and I feel like that's where I picked up my autopilot. You know, you have to figure what the animals are thinking, and you're in a hurry and you're doing all these other jobs. And your mind changes in a different way. So I've been this way for such a long time. And it's like, whoa, how do you scrape? Wait a minute, get down there, make a hole, and then let the light start coming through, you know? So this is what your program taught. Yeah. So and then I'm an observer, and I've been real quiet for the first part because, you know, I like to learn, and it takes me a while to absorb and to put the pieces together. And this has been like a puzzle, a big, beautiful puzzle, and there was pieces missing everywhere. And I feel like the Intuition Abundance Academy says, hey, we've got a lot of missing pieces here. Are you willing to work for those pieces so you can put it into that beautiful picture and finish it? You know, and that is what it feels like, is everything's being presented to us. It's the challenge of us getting out of our own way and doing it. And, you know, not just like you say, not just thinking about it, you have to take action. So there is a huge difference in taking action, and it's very scary if you're not ready, but it's a wonderful opportunity, and it feels great. And it's affected my whole household and our business. Everything is lighter. I can see there's more focus. You know, I can see my children, they'll have dreams, or the way my husband is with his business, or my other daughter and son, they all have their little gifts. And being a part of this program has kind of like filled my cup, and now it's spilling over to the rest of my life. So it's been a great experience, and I've been very grateful and very lucky to have met you, because I've gone through a lot of programs, spiritual programs, and I've loved every one of them and had great teachers, but I've never had the opportunity to have a mediumship course. I've always been interested in it and have studied about it, but your course was kind of like, boom, right there. Hey, is this what you've been looking for? You know, so it was kind of spooky at first, because it was everything that I wanted to learn and to be educated on, where I never had the opportunity to do before. So it was a blessing to me. My creator and my spirit guides are like saying, hey, you have taken a long time to get where you are. So it's going to take a little time to get where you want to be, but you have to keep doing it in order to get there. So that's why this program is very good. This program is very inspiring, and I love observing. That's another thing, watching and listening to everyone's stories. It really does give you that opportunity to see that you're not alone, and different ideas from other people and their experiences. And it's just an eye opener. It shows you how spirit works differently with people, you know, and like, I don't see my spirit guides other than like a silver white orb. Before, they used to see a bunch of them coming to me. Now it's kind of just, it's thicker, it's stronger, it's not so scattered. So I'm assuming maybe that's just my energies aren't so everywhere, and it's getting more, you know, together and focused and not so scattered. So the distractions and the meditations are wonderful. I've really enjoyed the meditation. So I've like everyone has said, the whole program has been great, and it affects your life in different ways, but it all comes together. So it's been great.
Thank you so much.
I highly recommend the program.
I mean,
you're welcome.
That's awesome to hear that your cup is full and it's spilling over to help others. Because a lot of people will say, well, you know, I can't talk to my spouse about this, or, you know, I'm afraid to invest in me, and I've got other people in the family. And so it's really good to hear that it's made such a difference for you and your children and your family members. But I also heard in here too, which is important, you're kind of like how I was when I first started some programs too, when you talked about being an observer. Like, I was an observer, like, for the first couple times, and then I became more active. But it's really good that you said this, because I know that so many sensitive souls are more introverted, and they might be questioning about this program. Like, ooh, I don't know if I want to have to interact with people. And you still can get so much value from this program by just observing, you know, like, you do not have to be in the hot seat or, you know, be like the center of talking, but just absorbing. Like observers, I think, observe and absorb. Like we're processing, we're trying to get through it. Which is really good.
And I've worked with my spirit guide with my energy. Like you said, we can work with them and they adjust your energy. And that's what I have done. I can feel a difference. I'm not so, picking things up and I'm, staying calm more. And I'm actually right here, in front of everybody, where before I'd just be like, okay, I'm going to stay back and I'm good. So yes, it makes a huge difference. It makes you feel a lot lighter. You're very welcome. As my daughter said, the atmosphere is lighter.
Oh,
it's nice.
That's awesome. That's great. I have one more question for you, Elizabeth. So we were talking about your hamster wheel mind, right? I think a lot of us have that issue with really receiving intuitive messages. So I have a whole lesson about clearing your mind, and I do it through the intuitive types. So I just wanted to ask you, what was your favorite way to clear your mind? Uh-oh. I think we might have lost you, actually. There you go. Can I hear you?
I like the theater and I like the chalkboard. Okay. Gotcha. But I also have to find I also find myself kind of sitting in just like a dark room, kind of like in a holding room, waiting, keeping everything calm, like in a theater, and just waiting for them to come to me. See, that's another thing too, is that, like you have said, and you've taught very much, we want it to happen when we want to happen. And it does not work like that. It does not work like that. And I'm telling you, we are our biggest blocks. And until we can get our mind calm and focused, because we are so distracted with everything going on in the world, personal, business. And that really does. It just takes your mind, like you have said many times, and your spirit guides are like, hey, I'm over here waiting, but I can't get in. So let's just let you finish stressing out. We'll wait for you to be done, and eventually you'll get it. So I just feel like my creator and my spirit guides are waiting for me to get my head straight as to focus. And that's what happens. That's why right. Autopilot's so easy, because we're not thinking. I'm just moving. I was shopping one day and I looked over at a pink bib for a baby and automatically felt this wave of a new baby coming, and it was going to be a girl, and it took a month to find out. But that's how it was working for me. Now you teach us that there is more control and into how to do it, the techniques of how to do it. So the program is very worth it. But like I said, learn that calm of your mind, because that is the door to get in, or for them to come in.
Yes, definitely. And that's what we do for that. It's like, a lot of people just think, well, it just comes happenstance. Like, no, you can hone your intuition and make it work for you, but you have to do your part. And so we do talk about how to clear the mind, like Elizabeth's talking about, and I'll give you many different options. And then you can take what I've taught and maybe you make your own way to clear your mind, but it doesn't have to take hours on end. And it's so beautiful to understand how to just sit back in your seat and let your guides give you the message. It's like, they're in the driver's seat and you're just you just get to relax, which is really great. But
that's the thing. You have to look for it. They're the ones that come to us. So it's just calming our minds down and letting them come to us, and us not forcing it. Like you said, there is no forcing it. They come to you.
No, one of the things in the academy I talk about is sometimes we're like, oh, I'm going to get my message. Where is it? I'm looking for it. I'm like, that is not how we get the messages. You just sit back, you clear your mind, it brings the message to you. So it's part of that. And I love that you've been able to take those techniques and even better your life and your family's life. So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for being here today. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Thank you too. No problem.
All right. It's so inspiring to hear from my students. And by the way, Tiana says, I identify Elizabeth completely, confirms I've made the right decision, not that I've doubted it. I love it. Awesome. So if you're still out there and you're wondering if this is for you, I hope that you've heard some beautiful stories. We had stories on Tuesday. We've had some stories from my students right here today, knowing that it doesn't just happen to a select few. Everyone's so different. Everyone that's been on our interviews have learned in so many different ways. Like Michelle Sosinko, she has a hearing disability and she can hear spirit. Renee was talking about not being able to see, like everything's pitch dark and she's able to see spirit. We talked to Chandra, who mainly just gets her messages through channeling. Like when I say that, that means claircognizance is just through the body. And so she's been able to develop more of that knowing from her spirit guides. We just talked to Elizabeth and Barbara and all these other amazing students. So know that you are in good company, my friend, but this is your time. And I know that you're ready. It might seem really scary, but as we even talked to Barbara today, she didn't have a job. And she's like, I almost felt like I've got to do it. Like, and what could go wrong? She was at a place where she was like, how much worse can it get? And now she's in a happy place and she's trusting her spirit guides. So while I do not encourage anybody, if you are worried about putting food on the table or how you're going to pay your rent, I don't encourage anybody to join the program if that is what's looming over you, because I'm afraid that you'll have too much stress to actually enjoy yourself. But I've also been in that situation and I have taken these leaps of faith because now that I've strengthened my connection to my guides, I know that I'm okay because I listen to my intuition and I talk with them on a consistent basis. So if you still have questions, reach out to me in the chat tonight from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific. You can DM me on Instagram at Messenger of Spirit. And I hope that you've seen the amazing bonus package that we have so you can learn how to implement your intuitive messages, not just learn about it, but actually do it inside a live intuitive play day. You will get the Crystals and Intuition bonus course that I'm getting ready to show you right now. So let me go ahead and do that. So inside of our Intuition and Crystals course, you're going to learn why crystals, like what is the hype about? You'll also be learning how to choose the right crystal for you. You'll also learn how to cleanse and charge crystals because they're all different. Not one, like one doesn't necessarily want to be cleansed the way another one does. And some cannot be cleansed by water because they might disintegrate. You'll learn how to work with crystals with your intuition. I've got a meditation coming really soon in the course. And then you've got 5 guides, downloads, and cheat sheets to help you so that not only do you have audio and video lessons, you have cheat sheets. And then I have another lesson about important reminders here as well. So you also get that intuitive play day and this bonus course. You'll get a mini course, Tangible Signs from Spirit. And you'll also get 4 bonus lessons, how to work with your guides through oracle cards, how to work with your guides through automatic writing, learning how to see auras 101, and giving a reading 101. This is like the best bonus package ever. So if this doesn't help you get off the fence, I don't know what else will. But what I will say is I would hate to see you wait until 2021 and the price has gone up and the bonus package has changed. I also know that this is your time, whether you believe in yourself or not. I believe in you. My students believe in you. And you've heard from them. You just have to do it. It's like if you've got the fear, just like Renee said, lean into it and do it. You know that once you do, you're going to feel so freaking proud of yourself and so good. Like this is what you need, at least in my opinion. Now, I know everyone is different, but if you're watching me and you're still here, this is the program that I teach you the foundation, like at a beginner level. But I have people in the program like Elizabeth. I have people in the program like Meredith and others who have already been in the spiritual world and they wanted a better foundation. Like Elizabeth just said, everything was kind of floating around and I actually needed more consistency and to put it all together. And just like Meredith said on Tuesday, you know, I could get messages for other people, but I needed to get messages for myself in a more clear way. I needed to work on myself. Michelle was talking about how she needed to heal her own spirit. And we're talking about intuition and life purpose and attracting abundance in this program. But the best things also are the confidence that you get, the confidence and love, like loving yourself, and also really the ahas of your purpose can move and shift to align you more fully into your career. So like Michelle was like, I always thought I had to work for the man and punch a time card. Now I'm like, why can't I do it myself? I am doing it myself. So she's starting her jewelry business and Reiki business. I have students inside the program that never have wanted or thought necessarily to start their own business. And then after the program, they're like, I'm starting my own business. So there's so many ahas in here that's just crazy. We've had $40,000 wins, $6,600 wins, $1,600 wins, $1,000 wins. The monetary payback that you get from this investment is amazing, but the lifelong changes that you have with the confidence in your purpose and the happiness, like I don't think you can put a price on the happiness of loving your life, right? And loving yourself. So I hope that this has really touched you in some way. It's been beautiful to connect with you. You all know that I go live every week. Next week, you'll see me at some time. But what I want to say is if you're really ready, and which I think you are, then join me for these next 12 weeks. It's the only way to work with me in this capacity. And it's really a way to connect with others who are ready. So if you're the person who wants to stop the self-doubt, if you are spiritually ambitious and will do what it takes, if you're sensitive and have been wondering about all the gifts that you have or how to open them more fully, maybe you are too sensitive and you're wondering how to hone them. Maybe you want to find your life purpose, or maybe you think you found it, but you need to align more fully. Or maybe you're like, what the heck? I deserve financial abundance, but I need to work on my worthiness. And how do I remove these blocks, Whitney, so that I can connect to my intuition, connect to my spirit guides, connect to my own spirit, and open the door for abundance to flow in, not only financial, but spiritual, as we've learned this past week? Then I welcome you and I hope to see you inside of this program by midnight and get this amazing bonus package, because next year it's not going to open for a while. And when it does, it's going to be at a higher price. All right. I'm going to leave you now, my friends. I hope to chat with you tonight from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific on the enrollment page, or DM me on Instagram at Messenger Spirit if you still have questions about the program itself. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye.